Welcome to the Metal Bob Live Podcast. I'm your host, Metal Bob. Today's show is brought to you by Legend Picks and also artist Jeremiah Kalleck. You can find links at the Metal Bob Live website for all of our sponsors. You can also find the latest Metal Bob gear, including shirts, hoodies, and more. On today's show, I had the honor of speaking with the Axeman from the band Banshee, Mr. Terry Dunn. We talk about what they're up to. We talk about all things Banshee and more. So sit back, have a listen, and enjoy the show. Rock on.
Hello?
Hello, Terry Dunn, Metal Bob here. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Metal Bob. What's going on, brother?
Nothing. How you doing on this fine Sunday morning?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, man. It's like the weather's finally getting nice up here. How's the weather in Columbia?
Oh, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Pretty decent day. We've had a lot of rain this week, but hopefully it's out of its system.
Yeah, I hear you, man. We had snow on the ground about a week ago. So I'm just glad it's all over.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, man, shit, how you doing? How things been going?
Doing good, man. Doing good. My curiosity's up about this new Banshee record. What's the latest?
Well, I've been writing, kind of went through a little writing slump there for a while, but coming out of it, and I've got about 5 of the tunes written for the new record. A little bit more straightforward, it's not really conceptual like the last 2 records where there were, I don't really know yet, to be honest with you, because George is going to be doing most of the lyric writing this time. So
okay.
I'm just kind of handing the tunes over to him, and we're kind of piecing them together right now. But it's some good music, man. I'm excited about it. I think people are going to like the tunes. A little bit more straightforward, catchy riff tunes, as opposed to the longer epic, style stuff that I was doing.
Right. So you're telling me it's going to be a little bit different than the last 2 records. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just so, it's hard to really describe it when you're writing new music. It's just, I had, on Mindslave, I had a direction in mind, and I'd written some of the lyrics for that record. So it's a little bit different this time. I'm just kind of writing the tunes. I'm sending them to George and Chuck. Chuck Hopkins, I believe, is going to be playing bass on this record. Okay.
This new one. So that's exciting to get Chuck involved again. And so, we're taking our time this time. Just like I said, I'm sending them the tracks, and I'm getting their input, and we're really working on arrangements this time to make sure that everybody has input in the songs, a part in it. So, it's kind of a slow process, but it's finally coming together. Like I said, I got about five of the songs done, arrangements anyway. And so we're just, slowly headed toward, a full album.
Right on. So you got any touring on your mind yet? I know we're getting close to possibly getting some live music again. How's that looking?
Oh, that's when our manager, he's down in Houston, and there's been a little bit of talk about doing another Texas tour in the surrounding area, the surrounding Texas area, Oklahoma, and just some of the southern states down there. But we were thinking about doing just a run in Texas, maybe just trying to do a month or 2 of shows, just across Texas, like we did in 2012.
Right.
So that's kind of on the table. There's also been some talk about doing a buy-on tour with somebody. Don't have anybody specifically in mind right now, but like you said, the industry's opening back up, and the vaccines come out, and people, the transmission rate going down, and I think that things are going to open back up, man. I think it's going to be really exciting too. I think people are really going to fill up the arenas and outdoor venues, for shows.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're just kind of like playing it by ear right now, and we don't have anything specific lined up. So, but I'm sure here within the next month or two, there'll be something, you know, some news that, you know, I can give you.
Sounds good. Yeah, man, that's probably been the toughest thing through this whole pandemic for me, is not being able to see live shows. That's been rough.
Yeah, it does suck, man. You know, it's just, you know, it's put a damper. It's affected a lot of people, you know, a lot of people, man, in the music industry. I have friends, man, that are just doing, you know, live Zoom shows, you know, to make money, to make ends meet. You know, they have families and kids to feed. And, you know, they really haven't been able to tour. So
yeah.
I think everybody's, you know, really excited to get back out and start doing some stuff, you know.
Absolutely.
So there's been a few bands that have stayed out there and been doing shows. I know Great White has been doing shows sporadically. They're supposed to be doing a show up in here in Michigan on, I think, around the 21st of this month. And I'm thinking about swinging up there. It's a casino show. I think it's a private show they're doing. So I'm going to check that out, I think. But, you know, yeah, it's affected the spot, you know, and it's affected everybody. And so we're all excited to get back out, man.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully this summer, if not this summer, I think, you know, it'll start trickling in, you know, people will start getting out and performing. But I think next year is really going to be, you know, I think, you know, next summer people are going to be touring Full Tilt Boogie.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
I'm finally going to get to see a show here in a couple weeks, which I'm pretty excited about, up there at Knuckleheads in Kansas City. I'm sure you're very familiar with that venue.
Actually, when I was living in Kansas City, and, you know, I don't know if they were really doing that much rock and roll. I think they were doing more blues and stuff then. Mm-hmm. But I've heard that they're doing a lot more diverse, you know, shows now, and more rock and roll shows.
Yeah,
the club, it looks really nice. I think they've expanded.
Yeah, they have. They get quite a wide variety of different artists in there, so it's pretty spread out. I mean, around the genres of different styles of music, they get quite a bit of different stuff. I know that.
Yeah, who are you going to see there?
I'm actually going up to see Paul Thornton. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Paul Thornton. He's more of a singer-songwriter.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Right.
So at this point, man, I'm ready to go see anybody, you know. But
yeah, I hear you, man. What's going on with Sandstone? I wasn't sure. Did they shut it down? Did they sell it? I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even called Sandstone now.
You know, man, I ain't heard that name in a long time, but I am not sure, man, if that place is still up and running or not, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Not real sure.
Yeah, Chris Fritz was doing some things there over the last few years, some tribute acts. I know he'd been doing some tribute shows, you know, but putting a bunch of tribute bands together and playing out there. But I always loved that venue, man. It's a great place to play. I think the last show I saw there was Iron Maiden, and there was a tornado.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Maybe
everybody was scurrying for their lives.
Bruce probably took, you know, he probably figured, he told everybody that was his idea. He brought the tornado with him, right?
Right.
Part of the special effects, man.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was definitely some special effects, man. It was crazy.
I bet, man.
Were you at that show?
I wasn't. That's nuts, though. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, go to a rock show and a tornado breaks
crazy
out.
Crazy times.
Whew, man.
Yeah, no shit, man. Yeah. It was a bit scary there for a minute. It was kind of touch and go, but it ended up clearing up.
What Maiden tour was that?
But, God, I honestly, I don't remember. God. It's been a long time ago. I actually probably had seen shows since that show, but that's the one that stands out that I remember.
Yeah, those guys are great live. They never disappoint, man. Iron Maiden they kill it live.
Yeah, man. They're, I remember when they were doing the Number of the Beast tour, and I saw a tour bus on the street from where I lived. I live north of the river, over off of Antioch Road, off I-35. I don't know if you know where that's at, but north of the river. And there was a Howard Johnson's there, and I saw a tour bus. So me and a friend of mine went up there, and it was Iron Maiden, man. They were staying there. So I got to hang out and talk to all of them, man. Talk to Bruce, talk to Dave Murray. It was pretty crazy, man.
Nice.
That was a good tour, Number of the Beast, so when they kind of were really starting to take off in America.
Yeah.
So that was a good time.
I don't know if you've seen that. Adrian Smith, he just released a record with Richie Kotzen. I don't know if you've heard any of that.
Well,
yeah.
No, I haven't, man.
You ought to check that out, man. It's called Smith Kotzen. It's really good stuff.
I always liked Adrian Smith, man. I was so depressed when he left the band. I'm glad he came back. I wish they would have axed the other guy, though, because I don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem with 3 guitar players, but I don't really think that guy brought a lot to the music or to the band.
Right.
But, oh well. You know, they're still a great band. They're still out there rocking, man.
Absolutely. So you did say that you guys are planning on more than likely recording this album down in Texas. Is that correct?
Actually, that's kind of changed. The plan was to record down there. But now we're thinking about going back to Omaha and doing it at the studio we recorded Mindslave at with the same engineer, because the production was so good and he was such a great engineer, and a guy named Jim Homan.
Okay.
So I think we're going to be going back to Omaha because that's where Chuck's out of as well. And then there was a drummer up there that the drummer that played on Mindslave, Marty Shireman.
Mm-hmm.
He might be playing drums on it. I'm not sure yet. You know, everything's just kind of up in the air right now, but the plan was originally to go to Texas and do it. I was going to go down there and we were going to rehearse, but, you know, then Chuck got involved again. And, you know, we were so happy with the production of Mindslave that we just thought, man, why not go back? You know, and I was so disappointed with the last record that we did in Des Moines. You know, I thought, man, you know, I don't want to take a chance. I'd rather go back to Omaha, you know, and do it with Jim Homan again.
Right.
So,
yeah,
that's where we're at right now so far.
So you're talking about The Madness was the last record that you recorded in Des Moines, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just there were a lot of things that hindered that record. Some of the tracks were sabotaged. I can't really get into it because, you know, there's some things going on behind the scenes, but the bass tracks are sabotaged and we had no control over them. And the only way we would have been able to fix them is if we re-recorded them, which I would have been happy with doing. But, you know, the album got released a little prematurely.
Okay.
So that's all I can really say about that.
Wow.
But I just, you know, I wasn't really happy with the production. I wasn't happy with the engineer that we were working with. I wasn't happy with the sounds on the record. There were just a lot of things that you know, I would have done a lot differently.
Right.
So, and that's, like I said, that's kind of why we want to go back to to Omaha, because, you know, Mindslave, the production was so great on that record.
Yep.
Yeah,
well, that
and the studio, the vibe, everything about it was just better.
Right. I said that album sounded great. You're right. I mean, I just listened to it again here recently, and it's an ass kicker, man, from beginning to end. That's for sure. Yeah,
it is a great record, and you know, the Madness. You know, the songs on the Madness were great, but like I said, you know, when you get in a studio and you have a vision of how you want things to sound and you have the energy you want to come off of those songs, and then it doesn't go that way, and that's pretty much what happened. You know, I don't think the songs were the production of the songs were gave the songs enough credit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, the songwriting was there, the songs were good, but the production, I think, really ruined a lot of the vibe of the songs.
Yeah, you know, you put a lot of hard work and effort into that stuff, and you know, you want it to come out a certain way, so it's very understandable.
Yeah, you know, it was just, the whole situation was weird. We were working with a new drummer. You know, there's so many aspects of it I could get into, but I would end up just sounding like I was whining and complaining. So there's no real reason to go over it again. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I've had a lot of fans tell me they think it's the best album we've done. So, I mean, then I've had people say, the production was terrible and we shouldn't have released it. You get opinions from everybody, but at the end of the day, you just have to own up to what you've done. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with the songwriting. It was just the production. So, but this next record, we're more excited about it because, like I said, working with Jim Homeland again is kind of putting a flame under everybody, so. Nice. Yeah. That's kind of where it's at.
Yeah, that's great, man. I'm definitely looking forward to that, brother. I mean, hopefully you guys will get in the studio this year and knock that thing out.
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, like I said, half the record's written. Hopefully, I'll finish writing in the next couple of months, and then we're just pre-production. I'm doing roughs of all the music, and then, like I said, we're really taking our time. The madness, some of those songs are written in the studio on the spot. So, which sometimes, when you do that, it's a good thing because you just get that spontaneity. But this time we want to take more time with the arrangements and think things through a little bit more. So, like I said, a couple more months, all the songs should be written. I don't really have a title for the record yet or name or anything, so I'm still waiting, to talk to George and see what he thinks. And, but, we'll probably have a name soon, a title track or something soon within the next month or so.
Nice. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, damn, man, I appreciate your time today,
we're
brother.
Excited, man.
I appreciate your time, brother. I
hey,
really
no
do.
problem, dude. It's good talking to you again, man.
Yeah.
I know we've been playing phone tag a little bit and having trouble hooking up, but yeah, man, keep in touch with me, and I'll keep in touch with you and let you know how things are progressing. And when I have something to release, dude, I'll get something out to you.
No, it sounds
so
great.
You can kind of play it and see what kind of feedback you get.
Absolutely. You need to get back here to Kansas City for a visit, man, and get that beer.
I know, man. Crap, dude. Yeah, well, I'll have to be an O'Doul since I quit drinking.
Hey, fair enough, man.
But yeah, man. Yeah, dude. We should be. I mean, there's been talk about coming back to KC for a while. I got family there, but I really just haven't had any plans. Nothing's really been going on. We'd like to do a show in Kansas City, but, that's a whole nother issue as well. There's hardly any clubs left that really do metal, number one. And, I guess Aftershock closed down.
Okay.
That was like the main rock club out there in Kansas, and that closed down. And so I don't really know who's doing metal shows now besides Knucklehead maybe, and then I know the scene, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
There's a couple here, here in Columbia, maybe right outside Columbia towards St. Louis way. I think they're Diamond Music Hall, a couple different places that do rock shows and metal shows, but all right, man. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, man, when you get going again, you definitely let me know and, keep me posted as well.
Yes, I will, man. I'll let you know, dude. Like I said, a lot of stuff will be unfolding here in the next month or two. So I'll be able to give you a lot more information. Maybe we can get together again and you can bring me on and I can talk some more about, about the new songs and about, some of the names and just kind of the direction.
Absolutely, man.
Lyrically, we're going in.
It's always a pleasure having you on the show, brother.
Hey, man. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
All right, buddy. Well, you take care.
I really do.
I appreciate you too, man. You have a great day and a great evening, and enjoy it, man.
All right, Bob. Hey, thanks, man. You too.
All right, buddy.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Later, bro. Bye-bye.
That concludes today's episode of the Metal Bob Live podcast. Please see our website for sponsor links. Thank you for listening. Metal Bob out.